This Women's History Month, BBRON celebrates women across our organization who inspire generations. Throughout March, to honor this year's theme, Moving Forward Together, Women Educating and Inspiring Generations, we bring to you women who have dedicated their careers to educating, mentoring, and leading generations across our company. Come back every Monday this month to hear and read the perspectives of our female leaders and mentors at all levels of our organization.
When I was coming up, there really wasn't a lot of opportunity at that time to have, especially other women mentors. So for me, number one is to give back. The second thing is to be able to share my experiences, my knowledge with another person.
I have been fortunate enough to have some really inspiring and motivating mentors in my life, and they've really helped me work through some issues. They really helped me talk through some situations that I was going through. They really helped me celebrate my achievements. So I wanted to be able to portray that and give that to others that were going through their career journey as well.
Developing people is my passion project. Seeing others develop and grow in their current roles and also be able to realize their full potential and achieve their long-term career goals. I also like to see people get greater confidence in terms of their own abilities, greater insights in terms of what their strengths are, and also see them develop in any areas that they need to grow in.
Where I've seen the biggest growth is just speaking up and having that confidence, whether it's disagreeing in a meeting or providing a different point of view or challenging new ways of working. I think as women, we're sometimes taught to be quiet, not voice our opinion, just, kind of go with the flow. So I've been very proud to see my mentees kind of gain that confidence and a lot of times ask for that seat at the table, because sometimes we do have to ask to have a seat at the table.
My mentee always had really clear plan in terms of what she wanted to do. It's just really being able to really kind of crystallize that plan, think more specifically around what action she needs to take to be able to realize her long-term and short-term career plans. Also seeing her get greater exposure to other leaders in the organization that she typically didn't have access to, and be able to hear their career journeys and insights and hearing their lessons learned and how she might apply that in her own career growth.
She was fire to begin with. I mean, such purpose, determination, the ability to set goals and to execute, performance-driven. So I've been able to be a witness to that, and then also to see her grow in any kind of suggestions or guidance that I can give her, to watch her take some of that when it's appropriate and utilize that, and to move forward.
I feel like it's such equal in terms of our own growth and development. I learned so much from my mentees. I learned from my mentee in the sense that I got to learn about a different part of the business that I typically had not had exposure to. Really understanding an part of the organization really helped me grow in my own knowledge of the business. I also got to hear about some of the challenges that she faced as someone that's new in her career, and really got to get a better sense around what can we as leaders do to really help develop and grow our early career employees in this organization.
I love working with young people. I am of the baby boomer era, and for me to be able to share my life, my experiences with younger folks, the younger generations, and to understand the lens through which they view the world, whether it's the world outside of work, the world within work. To me, those conversations are so enriching, and I get to learn and to be fresh all the time.
I've probably learned more from my mentees than they've learned from me. Having mentees come in and from different areas and different ways of working, I've learned different techniques. I've learned about technological advances that I didn't know about before. I've learned of just new ways of approaching areas. I look at the mentor-mentee relationship as a reciprocal relationship. It's not, one person always telling the other person, what to do or giving them advice. It's working with each other. So I've been able to get really great information from my mentees. And actually, with a couple of them, I've gone to them with some challenges that I've had, and I've asked them, hey, what will you do as an outsider? And I've gotten some really good advice from them. So it's really enriched, my work career, and I've really enjoyed speaking with them.
A lot of times people think you have to be a people leader to be showing those leadership skills, but even as someone early on in my own career, I've been able to lead projects for my team, be able to, every time I put a Teams meeting on the calendar, I'm leading that. And so thinking of it in that way and using it as a time to kind of stretch those skills in a very low stakes way helps you to be able to kind of build your repertoire to realize, okay, I can do this on a larger stage.
I think you want to seek out opportunities that push you out of your comfort zone. That's pretty standard advice. But I think it's about raising your hand to lead a project at work, or maybe it's seeking out a community or volunteer organization where you can hone some skills that you don't have the opportunity to in your daily work. And then, you're gaining some of that practical experience that you can go back and apply to your job.
I think it starts at an early age when you think of programs like sports and Girl Scouting and all the different things that you can do as a child, all the way on up, right? There's opportunities to grow as a leader.
Women bring different experiences, different problem-solving skills to problems that you have at work, to issues that you have at work. And when we come to the table with our different experiences, sometimes that can lead to a more innovative solution, a more well-rounded strategy. I think it's critical to have all those voices represented.
When I interviewed with 5 leaders of this company. They were all men. And one of those leaders, at the time the COO, said, "We're extremely proud to say we have our first female CEO, Anna." So of course that was a driving factor in why I came to Braun. That's huge, right? She's leading a private medical device pharmaceutical company. She's a mom.
As women, we know we are fully capable of that, and that's never been a question. But knowing that you're in a place in an organization that values and sees that, and having people all across the organization that you can see a career path that they've blazed and know that it's possible for you. And sometimes I even am a limitation of my own imagination, and I don't always think I'm capable of some of those things. And so when I see other people have done it, it lights my fire and kind of inspires me as well.
My grandkids will say, hopefully, Grandma was a vice president. So it shows we have made an impact, we've made a difference. And we're achieving some level of equity, inclusion, and we're at the table.
It opened my eyes to realize you can be a leader from anywhere, and what it means to me at this point is always taking a 360-degree view of where I'm at. So of course I'm very driven and focused right now on looking forward at my own career and what my next steps will be, but never stopping to take that moment to look around you and say, what have I learned? What lessons are there? Who else can I help?
So I think it's not just about leadership in the traditional sense. It's about leadership in the actions of every day. It's continuing, to push for change, to push the boundaries of, what's been done before. And in doing so, you're sort of paving the way for those who are coming after you.